Yeah, it looks like it, yes.
Tons of
Yeah,
women's matches.
yeah.
Okay.
I think they also have different events, I think.
Oh, oh, there's like consolation top, six, top eight consolation at the bottom,
I think so, yeah.
and then there's
Yeah.
like the other bottom. So it's like top eight, 8 to 16 has another consolation, 16 to 35 has
Yeah,
another.
it's good for the young players that get to play with no announcers and yeah.
It's good. The U.S. doesn't really do that.
Right.
They're like, oh, you lose. Okay, what
Okay,
match?
go
Bye.
home.
Yeah.
It makes their like travel worthwhile.
And then you have Kobe.
What color you want? Red or white? Red. Red. You chose red color. Sure. You shift this one. 2 minute practice.
Hey, we're here with our final quarterfinal. Ryan Ho in kind of orange and yellow, and Yen Chen, which you guys call Scott,
Yeah.
in the yellow, closer to the cameras.
Scott is actually an older player. He used to play, very in competitions many years ago, and then he kind of retired. Now he's back in the scene, so it's very interesting to see him playing this well.
That's right. And when you say older, he's not too old. So what?
No, he's probably 26, 27
That's right.
compared to the others. He's probably the oldest here.
And many of the others were looking at teenagers.
Yeah.
Or very early 20s.
And I'd say this is a pretty evenly matched up game compared to all the other quarterfinals.
And for the first time, we don't have a lefty.
Yeah. Brian Ho already fired up in the first 2 points. Really wants to win this.
That's right. But I think Scott wants to win too. You know, compared to the earlier matches in the morning, these people are ready.
Yeah, they're ready from the first point. Yeah,
That's right.
very vocal.
Very vocal. Ooh, service error. I think both of these players know that they're evenly matched, and so they're fighting from the first point.
Yeah. But in terms of power, Brian Ho has more power. He's a very powerful player. I'm sure we'll get to see that in this match. Oh, that's a fantastic shot from
Scott.
Lu Chen or Scott.
That's
as they call
right.
him, yes. That shot looked fairly easy, but it's not an easy shot to make just the way the ball, because it came in the middle of the table. A little bit awkward. Really need to be on time.
That's right.
Step in. It was a bit late there.
Very
Heavy on-
heavy.
Yeah, heavy underspin
Heavy
serve.
underspin. Are we going to see more of a forehand battle here, or are we going to see something different?
I think we're going to see a lot of backhand to backhand rallies, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Pretty unique in the men's matches to
Yeah.
see a lot of backhand to backhand.
Yeah.
And
I
why
think-
is that?
Well, I think they both have very good forehand, so they will both try to keep each other on the backhand side. Brian Ho trying to take his forehand,
That's right.
paying off here, leading 7-6.
Very fired up. He is a very vocal player.
Yeah.
It's actually great. It's very exciting to watch.
And a good flip from Scott.
Oh,
Another
wow.
Good heavy underspin, but this time short.
Yes. 2 wins on serve receive for Scott on that heavy underspin. At least 2 wins. You're absolutely right. A lot of backhand rallies. We're really using that heavy underspin this match, both sides.
Oh, Brian
Edge
getting
block.
lucky. Yeah. Brian going for that flip, missed that flip there.
And I heard him say, wow, that's spinny, or like, that's not spinny. So he didn't read the serve quite right. Long backhand. Oh, Scott too soft, I think, on that block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
Tied up at 10-all.
And as you said, very competitive match.
Right.
Brian Ho
Who? Right.
taking the lead now.
Oh, nice. Controlled short push. Smart way to end that game.
You saw that Scott wanted to loop that, but then realized it was too short.
It was too late.
Yeah.
Too late to see it. So this is really anyone's match here.
Yeah, it is. Only thing that might give Brian Ho the advantage is that he's been playing some international events as well. That always gives you that little bit of extra experience or match experience
That's
that will
right.
help you in these close situations.
What has been Brian's kind of most recent accomplishments internationally or even nationally?
Nationally, I believe he finished second at the under 21 Canadian Championships
Okay,
back
Great.
in July.
nice.
And then he also competed at the Hungarian Senior Open, which was a very tough tournament, but you gain a good exposure to high level, so that it always makes you sharper, I find.
Yes.
Scott might regret serving that long serve at 10-9.
Level. Right. Oh. Right. Right.
Scott back to that heavy underspin serve.
That's right. See if he's going to go short on this next one.
Right.
It's interesting. I don't see too many step arounds on that third ball.
Yeah.
It's all backhand openings
Backhand.
and then step around. That could be a change that one of them can consider. Oh, that's an error.
Yeah.
Unforced error.
Right. Left. Left 3.
That was a very interesting long serve.
Left 3.
He flipped his racket, served
That's
with his
right.
backhand side.
Right. Oh. Right. 3-1. All right. Oh. Right. Right.
Scott is keeping the ball on Brian's backhand side, just placing the ball there, not letting him use his forehand at all.
Yeah, again, I haven't seen too many big forehand rallies. They're
Yeah.
really trying to avoid it
Yeah.
entirely.
Right. Right.
And that's interesting to see because perhaps no one feels like their forehand is that much better. So they're not going for it.
Too late. Oh. 5-3. Right. Right.
Uh, he should have attacked instead
Yeah.
of gone for that little block.
Yeah, very hesitant there, Brian Ho, with his backhand topspin.
The what?
And that's something you don't want to do because you give too much information to the opponent,
That's
letting
right.
them know that you don't want to play backhand.
That's right.
Sometimes it's better to just miss and pretend like your backhand is good, play that shot.
And what if you start hitting it?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Scott playing a side spin backhand there.
that's right. changing it
Interesting
up.
variation, yeah. Oh, that was a good backhand topspin from Brian. Very spinny.
I think Brian is finding his voice again.
Yeah,
It's coming back.
he's a big fighter. He
Yeah.
always fights, yeah. This is also a match of the, I believe, engineers.
Really?
Yeah, Scott has recently graduated, I believe, from engineering, and then Brian is also studying to be an engineer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Might be a very technical match.
yes.
Nice rally.
Whoa,
Really
nice
nice.
shot. Oh, suddenly we are tied at 7-all now. Brian found a way to come back.
That's right. And like I said, he was gaining that momentum. Just found his voice again. He wasn't yelling at the beginning of this match, and now he's back.
Yeah.
He's so lucky.
Sorry.
Now, if this was a best of 5, that would have been a good time for a timeout.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but in a 7, I think we still have some distance to go. Nice loop.
Yeah, very good counter, half-long topspin. He was very brave to play that shot.
That was very brave and down the line, very
Yeah.
spinny. Into Brian's forehand, but because of the variation, it was very successful.
Time! Go!
Oh, lucky.
Time!
Oh, that's a great shot from Scott. Kept it short, and then Brian pushed it out a little bit half-long, and then
Big
Scott,
forehand.
yes.
And now I see why we're not seeing a lot of forehand rallies. There it is. Second game. This might be a long battle.
yeah,
This might be a long battle.
battle of the engineers.
That's right.
Scott is being coached by his brother. But this is really great, to see Scott coming back and playing at this level
That's right.
after graduating from college. This is great to see that he's able to keep up with these young guys.
That's right.
Yeah. And he seems really fast on his, he's very quick on his feet.
Yeah, he's physically back as
Yeah.
well, which is great. And hopefully sets an example for future players to, even if they
Exact-
do take time off, they can come back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The third game, Brian to serve. Love all.
Wow, nice block.
Love one.
Scott is continuing with that short push, keeping it short so that Brian can attack. Good half long topspin from Scott, but then a great counter loop from Brian.
That's right. Wow, very spinny.
Yeah.
Tricky, tricky. You know, it may not look as fast, but it's very hard to block.
Very efficient. Yeah.
Backhand rallies. Whose backhand is stronger? We've talked about their forehands.
Brian's got more spin in his backhand than Scott. Scott likes to hit it more.
Okay.
Brian is ready for that half long topspin from Scott now. He's ready to block or counter loop now.
The adjustments are happening. They're
Yeah.
learning. Wow. You're right. Their forehands are very strong.
Very powerful there.
Yeah.
Whenever they play a forehand, it's often a winner.
That's right. There's no rally
Yeah.
in the forehand. It's just, if I get my forehand, that's it. Oh, it's very heavy.
1-6.
Well, half long underspin. That's worked before in the first game.
Yep.
Seeing it back here.
A good reverse topspin serve from Brian.
That's right. That shaky return and forehand winner.
Brian really trying to play more and more forehand topspin now. He really
Yeah.
wants to step around and take his forehand now.
Obviously, it worked. It's working well in this game, although he did lose the last couple points. Wow, that's a
Great
nice
backhand
backhand.
topspin. Yeah. In this rally, you saw that Scott is always kind of blocking or hitting, and Brian is always looping,
That's
aggressive.
right. Well, Scott's actually making a comeback here. Slowly. So I'll see if he can kind of close the gap.
Scott flipping the serve more now. Backhand flip now. Earlier he was always just trying to push short, but now he's trying to flip.
Nice serve.
Scott always keeping Brian on the backhand all the time.
All the time. And even more and more wide
Yeah.
on the backhand. And it's working. I mean, he was down 3-7.
Yeah.
Now he's only down by 1 point. Now, when Brian is excited, he is more vocal, and I think it's coming back.
He does play better when he's
Yeah, when he's-
vocal, yes.
Interesting.
Brian going for a wild backhand there.
Yeah. He didn't quite come back into the point after that net, so that's probably why it was so wild. 9-8, crucial point for Brian on his serve.
Oh, and a good
Yep.
serve from Brian.
Brian is pumped up. Let's see if he can take this first game point. Nice placement on that loop. It's very close for Brian having had such a huge lead.
Yep.
9-10.
Ten all. Brian making, he went for the right shot, but then made a mistake.
Wow.
That's a great aggressive.
Forehand.
Yeah.
And Scott has that game point. He was down 7-3 and 10-8. 7-3
Yeah.
and 10-8.
Very aggressive on that half long topspin there. Very.
Super aggressive. See if he can win it.
Brian fighting back, staying in the game. Oh, backhand serve.
That's a new one.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
paid off. No spin serve. Very good.
Sometimes you have to bring in that special variation.
Yeah.
I do.
The element of surprise, yes.
Exactly. Scott's like, I've never seen that serve before.
Yeah.
Not yet, not today.
Very good decision from Brian.
And very confident decision. You have to know you can execute that.
Yeah. Oh, and a good reverse serve from.
From Brian, yeah, great. Also not from Brian, from Scott.
From Scott.
From Scott. My mistake.
Game tied at 12 all. Is Brian going for another backhand serve? Yes, he is.
What do you think it's going to be? Heavy?
Not sure. Oh, he put a little bit side spin this
I
time.
saw that. A little bit.
This is Scott's second game point.
It's even amazing to think about. I see go heavy.
Sorry.
Oh,
That's a little unlucky. Just a little.
all right. The net saved Brian. Brian is back. We're back at 13 all. Will Brian go for another backhand serve, or will it be?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's going for his forehand serve now.
Yeah, not this time. I feel like that net point may have been kind of mentally impactful.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if Scott can make it back. Forehand.
Oh, Scott missing that forehand topspin.
Yeah. I think that net point kind of changed the mentality.
Definitely, yeah.
But that's how it goes.
Yeah, that was a very good set.
That
Very
was
interesting, yes. Brian leading and then
Scott leading. Yeah, Brian was leading 7-3, 10-8, a He took kind of 2 or 3 game points in deuce before he could win.
Yeah. And came up with that great backhand serve.
The element of surprise. We'll see if we bring in any more surprises.
Definitely one thing that's whenever they play backhand rallies, Brian always seems to have the upper hand because he always top spins and Scott always seems to block or hit. So that has made a difference in this set as well. Good heavy underspin serve from Brian.
Wow,
Too heavy
again.
underspin. What was interesting that he changed the placement a bit. First time was a little bit to the backhand, then he changed it to the middle of the table where forced Scott to take it with his forehand.
That's right.
Well, there's that powerful topspin from Brian.
This time Brian again, early lead. Barely held on that last game. So tell me a little bit more about Brian. Where is he training out of?
He trains in Calgary, so
Okay.
that's a bit of a challenge for him because he doesn't have that many good players there. And he's going to college, he's studying civil engineering, so he does struggle now with, you know, to find enough time and practice partners to
That's right.
to get his hours in, you know. As you can see, he's got a lot of great skills and he's got a lot of power, but he doesn't have the hours in, you know.
That's
you
right.
You need
And
the
even the
hours.
structure.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how good you are, you need to practice on a regular
Of
basis.
course.
Yeah. To keep up. Yeah, it's tough.
That's an error. Scott's not happy about that.
But this is a common mistake I see often, that players, they're not ready whenever somebody pushes a little bit high because they never train it.
That's true.
They always practice the low balls, and whenever it's high, they misjudge it or they miss it completely. So this is something that you have to train on a regular basis to be able to play it, especially when it's the game is tight and when it's, you know, when you're under pressure.
That's right. And some people think that you train the harder version, which is supposedly the lower ball, then you
Yeah.
should automatically be able to hit the higher ball.
But it's
that's
not.
not
Yeah,
true.
yeah. You need to train it, and it's something that people don't do.
Yeah.
And the best way to play those high balls is to loop and not to smash, because you're more likely to make a mistake if you smash.
Smashing is all about extreme precision, and the looping helps. Adding the spin helps the ball not only go over the net, but also hit the table.
Yeah, to control it a little bit more. Yeah.
That's right. And same pattern. Brian takes early lead.
Yep.
Scott matches it, comes back, and we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, this time he made that high ball now.
That's
The
right.
top spin it was calm, didn't rush into the ball. Good backhand topspin from Scott
Right.
this time. Brian down 6-9 now.
Again, he was up so much in the beginning.
Yeah.
Again, same pattern. Forehand.
Brian missing some backhand topspins in this set. Usually he's consistent with that backhand loop, but making a lot of mistakes in this set.
Again, another one. And that one was a little bit wild.
Yeah. Oh, we're back at 2-2 now.
That's right. And
Very-
again, Brian was very quiet towards the second half of this game. So when you don't hear him, you know something is not quite right.
Yeah. But I think that's something that he probably forgets to do. He probably doesn't realize that he needs to be loud in order to play well.
That's
But I think
right.
it helps him. That is also these are also things that a coach could remind the player of.
That's right.
It's not just always just about tactics and where to play the ball, but it's also these mental aspects that the coaches should be reminding the players of.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a very evenly matched compared to all the other matches we saw this morning. Yeah.
Quick again. Brian to serve. Level.
Brian making that save.
That's right. And in a best of seven, this fifth game at 2-2, so important. Not the save this time, though.
Oh, this net was even better than the last one. Brian couldn't cope with it. Oh. Brian just keeping Scott on his backhand side, just blocking it back.
Net. 3-1.
Wow.
Brian blocking a lot now at the beginning of this set now.
Yeah.
It's letting Scott attack and blocking.
No, usually that's not the best tactic, but I think some of the variation is working. nice backhand punch. It's time for Scott's comeback.
Scott crawling back again.
That's right. I mean, we've seen it last 2 games in a row.
Yeah. At 5-3 now, Brian is serving. There's that powerful loop from Brian.
Yeah,
Great.
Scott's staying in it.
Yeah. Great forehand topspin from Scott. Tactically, one thing I haven't seen them do is play to the opponent's forehand wide.
Yes.
Because it's wide open, and sometimes you have to play wide to the forehand and then go to the backhand instead of going always directly to the backhand.
Exactly.
So it's something that both players haven't done yet.
I think they're too afraid of each other's forehand.
Yeah.
And they don't even drop short to the other player's forehand. It's always the same
Yeah.
cross-court line.
I think tactically you have to go to opponent's forehand and then go to the backhand. Sometimes
Agreed.
you need to do that just to surprise them. No, they just want to keep each other on the backhand side.
That's right. And it's 6-6. So it's the same pattern. Brian was up 5-1, and now it's 6-6.
Yeah. Oh, Scott's being very vocal now too.
That's right. I think whoever has that little string of points, they're the loud ones.
Scott missing that half-long topspin this time.
And he's kind of smiling because he knows he could have made it, perhaps.
Brian was ready for that backhand flip this time.
Do you think we'll see a timeout get used?
Maybe not in this set yet. Maybe.
Okay. I think if someone goes up 9-7, 10-8, we may see one.
Yeah.
That's very close.
He made that change now to the forehand, but
That's right.
didn't pay off. Would have been better to flip to his forehand.
Yeah, start there. I think that would make a difference.
Scott missing that topspin.
Yeah, and that serve had a lot of kick on it.
Yeah.
It had a interesting pass on the table.
Oh, now Brian leading 10-8 again. Let's see if Scott can come back.
He has the serve.
Sorry.
Oh,
Brian getting lucky again.
that's right. He's getting lucky. And he knows it too, so.
Yeah. Yeah, he got lucky in that third set too.
That's right.
Yeah, at the end of the set.
But he got those 2 nets and then it kind of
Yeah.
threw Scott off. But you see, Brian just needs to hold that early lead. I mean, a 5-1 is a strong lead.
Yeah.
But to fall to 6-6 right after 5-1. I wonder, we'll have to see what's changing. When he starts leading, something happens and then he always doesn't quite continue to lead.
Yeah. He loses, I think he loses a bit the focus and then Scott comes back. You know.
That's right. You can't lose any focus.
Let's see if Scott can force the 7th set.
Oh, wow. What do you think?
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Very possible, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, we haven't seen a 7-setter today.
We have not.
The sixth game, not too soon. Level.
Brian getting psyched for that 6th set.
Yeah, he's really focused. I think we'll hear some loud cheering from both sides. They're going all backhand.
Stop. Stop. 1, 2.
Interesting, we might see a 7th set.
Yeah.
And I feel like whoever has the best kind of mental attitude or energy right now is the one who's going to win.
Yeah.
Like skill-wise, they're very similar.
Yeah, very.
Right. Go. 3, 2. Right. Go. Sorry. 3 all.
Service mistake from Scott. Back at 3-3.
Not in this match, but across the matches that we have seen some service mistakes.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think probably they're just nervous. Brian making some easy forehand mistakes in this set. And the second one now.
Oh.
He gives me the sense that he's trying to win too hard now. He's feeling a little tight.
Yeah.
Right, have some net serves, he's feeling just a little bit nervous.
Spice 3.
Brian is very quiet again. Needs to get loud.
That's right, if he wants to win, he has to get loud.
Yeah.
Julie. 5, 4. Right.
Scott is able to keep his lead. 6-4.
Oh.
I think Brian's getting loud. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Oh,
We misread that serve. Scott misread that.
yeah, it was a good short topspin serve from Brian. And the placement was good too, really wide to Scott's forehander.
Stop. Go. 7, 5.
Holding on, I mean, we might see 7 games.
Julie. Go. 7, 6. Right.
Close.
7, 9.
Do you think there'll be a timeout used here?
Yeah, I think if Brian wins the next 1 or 2 points, I think Scott should take the timeout now.
Oh,
Whoa.
Mr. Like you said, just a little nervous.
Definitely, he looks very tight.
Yeah, he looks nervous. He's sometimes trying to win too hard. And that's serve. Scott getting the net, but not the point. I think we might see a timeout in the next couple points from both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides will want the timeout.
Oh, that's a great topspin from Brian.
Timeout. Are you going to call it?
No, doesn't look like
No,
it.
not this time. Would you call it?
At this point, yes, for
Yeah.
Scott, definitely.
Because he has this last serve, which
Yeah.
is important.
Especially when the other players make such a good shot. I would take it
Yeah.
now, yeah. Especially when you're down 2-3.
That's right.
No point saving it for the 7th.
There might not be a 7th if
Yeah.
you don't take it right now. Well, let's see what Scott has up his sleeve.
No, 2 match balls for
Two
Brian
match
now.
points and the serve. It's tough. And the serve. Just needs to relax. Don't miss his serve. Oh, wow.
Oh. Oh,
Timeout.
Brian. Yeah. Good timeout. Definitely.
That's the right time.
Yeah.
You know, talking about missing serves, I was watching the 2008 Olympics, and I remember the Korean team missed their serve in the team match, and they lost in the semifinal.
Okay.
And they were in the 5th match of
Ouch.
the team, and
Okay.
it was very close, and they lost the whole thing on a missed
Ouch.
serve. And so it's not something that only happens to younger players,
Yeah.
or it's something that happens all the way to the top.
Everybody gets nervous, yeah. Even
Yeah.
the Olympic champion, everybody gets nervous.
That's right.
It's definitely a painful way of losing a match,
Yeah, it's so
especially
painful.
at the Olympic level, yeah.
And now I remember it was Singapore versus Korea, and it was the women's.
Okay.
And they were in the semifinal, and yeah, the Korean girl just missed her serve at the very end. In the 5th game, it's like the 5th match,
Okay. Ouch.
and she lost, I think, 3-1 that match. And it was deuce, and so she just like collapsed. And again, it does happen
Yeah.
all the levels. What do you think Brian's going to serve? Tough to say.
Yeah, he might do a long serve now actually, and then really go for it. Because
think
that's his style of play.
I was thinking he might bring back that backhand.
Oh yeah, good, yeah. He should.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like my theory is correct, so you may be right.
Oh no, he's playing it safe.
That might not have been the right idea.
Yeah. Should have changed something now maybe.
Yeah,
It was a bit too predictable this serve.
that's right. That's what I was thinking, backhand special
Yeah.
magic.
It worked, yeah.
Yeah, it worked in deuce in game 3.
Whoa, Brian missing. Very interesting. He missed 2 forehand topspins now.
Yeah.
After he was up 10-8, he missed at 10-8, and then
That's
now
right.
he missed again another forehand topspin. So really shows how nervous he is.
He is very nervous, and he's playing it safe.
Yeah.
He was much more confident that previous deuce where he started using his backhand serve and doing different things. Again, another short.
Oh, that was a good topspin.
Yeah,
Very spinny. Yeah.
Very spinny.
Scott wanting to push that short, but went out a little bit. Happens when you're nervous. 10-8.
That's right.
Yeah. Try to play short, but always goes a little bit out. Oh, let's see if Brian will use that backhand serve now.
That's right. I mean, I feel like
He
it's a
should.
good-
Yeah.
it's a good choice now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. He might go long, though. Nope,
No, same serve. Oh, he made it.
he did. But he did play more safe
Yeah.
at the end. And perhaps it worked today, but like you said, maybe at a very high level.
No, it won't work, no. You
No.
need to keep playing your game. You don't need to take excessive risk, but you
Yeah.
do need to keep playing your game. You can't just play safe and hope that the other player will make the mistake, no.
No, definitely not.
He definitely got away with it today, but
But in the future, he's going to have to play more aggressive, more
Yeah.
variation.
and definitely use his backhand serve.
That's right. It
We need
worked.
to remember that, yeah.
Okay, so we have our semifinal.